Alright, everybody, welcome back, and let's simply continue from here on. The last time we stopped after 1.5 hours. This live itself is gonna be 1.5 hours long, and this way we will be just simply getting this quota, whatever it is, accomplished, and then we'll be discussing about something else or the other. So this is how the things are gonna be going on. As for right now, let's simply work on other functionalities. The main focus is on the first of all, let's work on this timing, and what I'm gonna do here, I'm already getting this timing over here. I have to just simply convert the timing end meeting and starting meeting in the seconds and minutes. 30 minutes, 90 minutes. How about just simply converting it a minute? And yesterday, so this even shows the timing, so when it was. In that case, I should have one thing here. For this yesterday, I'm gonna be making it like this, that today is, of course, this is the day. So if that the day is the same, then that's gonna be today. Otherwise, for yesterday, if that is 1 day back, otherwise 2 days back, 3 days back, and this is how it will be just going on. So that at least I have these timings in mind. Alrighty, so let's simply start working on them. But before even that, as for this timing, the minute that I'm showing over here, if it goes more than 60 minutes, in that case I'm gonna be mentioning the timing here as well, like these many things and all. So how to convert date in date in minute, seconds and hour. Let's see if we can get something. Convert seconds, hours, minutes, like this, bash. In JS. So this is the overall logic, and this is not what I want. I can write the logic on my own. That's not really a big problem, and I think we even need to do that. By default, we are not getting something worth using here. This is something that I was looking for. So ultimately, at the end of the day, we will have this wired connection, because of the wired connection I faced the network issue. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead, and let's simply continue. Whatever logic we had to just simply use, we already have it here, so should not be facing the issues as such. Let me see if there's something more. Hour like this, minute like this, seconds like this, that's fine. And should not be happening this way. Okay, by the way, let's come back here, and what I need to do, that over here, first of all, I need to show this yesterday, and then I need to show the minutes, like exactly how many minutes it took. But if it is more than that, then that's gonna be problematic. So probably we have to show 1 hour, 1:30 hour. How is the timing shown? Should I just simply show the timing in minutes, or should I just include the hour over here as well? 1 hour 30 minutes. Let me take the help of AI here. I'm worrying about the format. In which format should I show the timing duration of the meeting? Just in minutes or in the hour and minutes? What is gonna be the best approach here? Let's see. Because if I'm confused, it's better to just simply take the help of AI and let's see what it's gonna be saying. It is taking more time than it should be taking. Can I do something? Why is it taking so much time? What should be the format of showing the duration for the Google Meet project. So suppose I wanna show the duration of the meeting, exactly how long the meeting was for. So in which format should I show? Just in minutes or in hour and minutes and all? For some reason it just simply keeps taking time. Using Wi-Fi is really good for the network connection and all. It stays, it doesn't drop, but this thing doesn't work. Let me cancel this. What should be the format of duration for meetings history for Google Meet project? Let me go ahead like this. This is actually an important concept. Okay, how duration should be stored in backend. First of all, this should be the duration should be stored stored in seconds integer. Y integer duration math.floor end time start time divided by this. Okay, fine. So I'm gonna be showing like this. So option more readable: 1 hour, 1 minute, and 5 seconds. Just like this, best practice used in real apps. So in real apps, how they show it? They show it like this. They convert it to the hour, minute, and seconds, and they just simply render this whole thing. This is not really a bad idea anyway. So this is how it's just simply gonna be shown duration. Okay, I'm not gonna be copying and pasting this stuff from the ChatGPT, but I can definitely copy and paste this stuff from here. Alrighty, so what we are gonna be doing, first of all, let's remove this yesterday thing over here. We will be even focusing on this particular thing, but at the end of the day we have to just simply render the timing over here somehow. And for the timing, when I'm going through this, so I have this recent meeting. Let me create a quick function here. Function is gonna be get duration, and that's gonna be just like this. I'm just simply gonna be calling this function, and it will be getting the start time. That's gonna be in the seconds. What is the time format? That is mostly the date, right? Date and the time. That's also gonna be date, but I'm not quite sure about this. So let me just go to the database and check this thing out. So the time that we have, this is in the date format, right? So first of all, we have to get what? Using this, I have to get the current time in milliseconds or something, get time. So in that case, what I have to do, that const starting is gonna be equals to, or start, that's gonna be equals to new date, and start time, I'm gonna be mentioning it over here, dot get a time, I'm gonna be getting the time, this should be in the seconds probably. Const end is gonna be equals to new date. I'm not sure whether it will work or not, so I have to check this thing. Dot get time. Once I got this, so I should be getting the time in the milliseconds. So let me log the value over here. Start and end, and let's see what I'm gonna be getting. And this get duration function should be called inside this, and I'm gonna be passing meeting dot start time and meeting dot end time. So these two things I'm gonna be passing. What is the problem? The void is not assignable, so I'm gonna be returning something from here. Let me return a string. That's what I want. Let me see how it works. So come back to this particular section over here. We are getting the time in milliseconds, right? That's what I wanted, but it gets, yeah, that's fine. We are getting the time. Once we are getting that, so we have to calculate the total time. So const duration, and that's gonna be equals to end minus start CLG duration. So this is the time that it took, milliseconds. Great. Once I have the milliseconds, after that I have to convert them into the seconds. Like I have to convert them into minute, hour, and seconds, hour, minute, and seconds. I already have this. I got it. This formula, I'm not gonna be worried about the formulas and all. This much should be fine. That's right. So this much should be fine. I'm just simply gonna be copying it. I will even be discussing exactly how it works and all, but this is sort of mathematics related part. So duration. So what I'm gonna be doing here, duration that I have, that is in milliseconds. So if I've divided by 60 by 60, so 60 by 60, that simply means this is the duration in milliseconds, and I'm dividing milliseconds. How I'm dividing milliseconds by, if I divide milliseconds by 60, that simply means 60 seconds. So I got the second. When I divided by 60 again, then I got the minute. It assumes that this is in, I should be dividing it by 1000 as well, because the time that I'm actually getting, that is in milliseconds. The time that we get returns the stored time value in milliseconds since the midnight or whatever. So ultimately I get the time in milliseconds. Once I get the time in milliseconds, this is actually in milliseconds. So first of all, I have to convert the milliseconds into seconds. So suppose if I want to convert these milliseconds into seconds, I have to divide it by 1000. Now the duration is actually in the seconds. Once the duration is actually in the seconds, then seconds are divided by 60 by 60. So if second is divided by 60, so I got the minutes, and if minutes are divided by 60, I got the hour. That's great. So 3600. Coming back to this one, I got the hour using this, and if I divide the hour if I divide the hour with the 60 again, so if I divide the hour by the 60, then whatever I get, that should be minute, and that is right. If that is 60 1 hour, then if I divide by, so I'm gonna be getting 1. If there are 60 hours, if divided by 60, so I'm gonna be getting what? I'm gonna be getting the remainder over here, right? If I divide it like this, I'm gonna be getting the remainder, and no, this gives me the remainder. So ultimately, suppose duration divided by 36, and then this. So what we, okay, I'm getting the remainder of what? Modulo over here. So duration and this. So first of all, let me check out the seconds. How many seconds I have? This is already in the seconds. I'm making myself crazy. The total timing is in seconds right now, right? So the time that I got, that is in seconds. Oh, what is this rule for? Function seconds to HMM. So ultimately, the thing that I have, that is nothing but the seconds over here. And once I have the seconds undefined, the math absolute seconds, so I'm gonna be getting the absolute value of the seconds. Fine, and then gonna be converting this. So first of all, the second that I'm trying to assume here, the remaining ones, that's right, remaining seconds, in the sense, first of all, I need to know about the total hour that are there. Then apart from those hours, how many minutes are there? Apart from those minutes, how many seconds are there? Consider it works somehow. Ultimately, I will have to just do a little bit calculation over here. So suppose the seconds are gonna be how many? If there are, let me use the calculator here. Here we are, time to use the calculator and calculate the stuff. So suppose seconds, I have 1 hour, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour multiplied by 60, so there are 3600 seconds. 1 minute contains 60 seconds, 1 hour 3600 seconds, right? So suppose I have 3800 seconds. Okay, so 3800 seconds I have over here, and 3800 divided by 36, so what will I be getting? Come on yaar, here we are. So divided by 3600, calculate, I'm gonna be getting 1 hour, in that 1 hour and few extra decimals. So ultimately I'm using the floor over here, so I'm gonna be getting only 1. That's great, this works. And what is the next thing? The next thing is that how will you be getting the minutes? So I have 3800 seconds. I want to get the modulo modo and 3600. Let me calculate. I'm gonna be getting 200 divided by 60. I'm gonna be getting this much. So ultimately 3 minutes are gonna be there. I'm getting the floor value. How about the seconds? So duration that I have 3800 percentage ultimately modulo. So modulo of 60, 20 seconds, just like this, hopefully. So ultimately, if I just make it 3800 directly without even calculating 3800, and I'm gonna be saying one thing that the hour or h is gonna be this much, and minute, let's say minute is gonna be this much, and seconds are gonna be this much. Then what will happen? I hope this is the format. Which format ChatGPT suggested me? This format, right? And that's the same one I'm following here. So I'm gonna be returning it. Let's see how it looks like. So it looks like this: 1 hour 3 minutes 20 seconds, and then 1 hour 3 minutes 20 seconds. I'm getting it all that I mean everywhere, because the timing is the same, but it does work. It gives me the hour, minutes, and something like this. And the another thing is that what I have to do here, I have to return the values conditionally. Conditionally in the sense const if hour, not like this, yeah, const time is gonna be equals to, if I have the hour, in that case, if I have the value of the hour, in that case I'm gonna be showing these things like this. Otherwise, if I don't have the value of hour, I'm gonna be checking the minutes, and if I have the value of the minutes, in that case I'm gonna be showing only minutes. I will not show the hour. I'm gonna be checking for the last time. If I have only the seconds, in that case I will show nothing but seconds over here, and at the end it's gonna be empty. Let me format it a little better so that it's easier to just understand this. So this, and this, somewhat like this. Alright, so what I'm actually doing here, if I have the hour, in that case there is this condition that I'm using over here. So if I have the hour, then I'm gonna be showing these things. If I don't have, then I have another condition over here. Then I'm checking if I have minutes. If I have the minutes, I'm showing this much. If I don't have minutes, I have another condition over here. I'm gonna be checking if I have seconds. If I don't have seconds, at the end I'm gonna be rendering this. This is a ternary operator, quite complex to understand, but it should work. Let's see. And it is working right now. What I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be just simply making it around 60 seconds. I just wanna make it 60 seconds. So ultimately there should be only seconds, probably, or a minute. So I'm getting 1 minute 0 seconds. That's right. If I make it just 30 seconds, so I'm only getting 30 seconds. If I make it 70, so 1 hour 10 seconds, sorry, 1 minute 10 seconds. If I make it 36, so I'm getting 1 hour 0 minute 0 seconds. And lastly, if I make it 3660, so I'm gonna be getting 1 hour, and it just simply keeps increasing. Maybe if I make it 70, so it's gonna be 1 hour 1 minute and 10 seconds. So this is how the timing is being calculated, and then the name of the meeting. That's great. The last thing that I have to do here, that is if I click on view meeting history, I'm gonna be redirected to a page, right? There's no page as such. So I'd better just simply remove these two things from here. They don't really make any sense to be here if I just simply keep them. So the meeting actions that I have, I'm gonna be removing them. And this meeting actions page, it is just simply this much, just the front end part. This is how it's gonna be looking like. And I'm getting the timings if I start a new meeting. And by the way, let me end this right here. I ended this. The timing is not being calculated, so let me add the real timing in the sense the one that I'm actually getting from the database. So instead of hard coding the seconds, start end minus start divided by 1000 because I want to convert it into seconds. Just like this it should be going on, and let's see. So I'm getting 3 minutes 12 seconds, 13 seconds, 6 seconds, and VIP. Well, this one doesn't have anything, probably did not get calculated. Let me start the meeting. The meeting has started, and let me end the meeting right now. Well, this is also one of the errors that I have to fix. So if I just leave the meeting, the timing should be set for myself. Let me leave the meeting, and for getting this I'll actually have to reload the page once. So that last meeting that I had, that was 16, the duration was around 16 seconds. Alrighty, by the way, if I don't have anything, so I'm gonna be just simply saying that reload the page to see. So ultimately if I click on new meeting here, that's just the extra thing that I have done. Leave it, reload the page to see. So if you actually want to see the timing, reload the page over here. If you reload the page, you are gonna be seeing the timing. So it was for 3 seconds or something. So alrighty, so this particular thing is working. This way you will have many meetings, and actually there is a problem because if you have many meetings, so I have to I never focused on the UI part of this one, because if there are many meetings it will keep increasing. Then in that case I can do one thing. I can even make it fixed, or I can say that this is gonna be inside what? This is gonna be inside a fixed. Ultimately this should be scrollable. So if there are many meetings, those many meetings should be scrollable. So that is something that we can focus on. Lastly, this recent meeting should be at the top. So this is something again we can focus on. So yeah, that's a lot to do. So first of all, let's do one thing. Whenever we are getting the meetings, right, inside actions.ts, not inside this one, probably inside this one only. Whenever I'm finding the meetings in the array format, I have to do one more thing, that I wanna sort it. Is there any way to sort this? Dot sort. And how do I want to sort this? I want to sort this based on the starting time or the ending time, based on the ending time. So where end time is gonna be 1. So on the basis of the end time I'm actually sorting this. Let's see how it's gonna be looking like. So 3 seconds, this was the last meeting, it should be at the top. Reload the page. Well, I'm still not getting that at the top. Okay, let me change the last meeting's name. This was the last meeting. The title is actually gonna be last meeting. I have to just simply sort it somehow, so that this last meeting last update it, and I want this last meeting at the top. Right now it is at the end. I have to sort it somehow. The question is, how am I gonna be sorting this? So I can sort it based on the end time. Any other thing? No, this is the only thing that I have. But again, if I want to sort it based on the end time, that's nothing but the date. So will I be able to sort this based on the date? How to sort based on date in MongoDB. Not sort aggregation, I'm not using the aggregation, but I can definitely use the aggregation here. How to sort collection by date in MongoDB? Find sort date field and minus, I have to use -1, sorry I forgot that. Instead of using 1 here, I have to use -1 for decreasing order. So let me come back here. I could have used what aggregation here as well. So let's even do that. But before that, let me see. It does work. I'm getting the last meeting over here. The question is, if I wanted to use aggregation for just this much, so how could I have used aggregation here? For using aggregation, again I have forgotten. I can definitely take the help of my notes for creating an aggregation pipeline. Meetings.aggregate. I need to have few pipelines over here. This is gonna be the first pipeline. This is gonna be the first pipeline that is mainly gonna be used for finding. I forgot the overall structure. So what will I be doing? I just learned it. I have saved everything. Like I can just simply go through a normal aggregation pipeline in MongoDB. Let's simply have a look at the example. So aggregation pipeline, and overall, come on, I should be getting the example over here. Fixed paths. Okay. Already. Aggregate $project, not this one. We have to just simply have a look at the example, nothing else. So MongoDB aggregation pipeline, $match. This is what I wanted. So we are going to be matching based on the, well, of course not based on the like. So this is the first pipeline. Inside that I'm going to be using $match. That will be used for matching. And what is the condition over here? Hopefully this is the right thing. $match. Why? Okay, there should be an array. So let me do one thing. Inside this I will have pipelines. This is the first pipeline, $match, and how will I be matching? I want to get the meeting, so I will be getting you based on the user ID. So where user ID should actually be equals to the user ID. So this is how I'm gonna be matching them. And CLG. Let me see if I'm gonna be getting the meetings history. By the way, what does it return? Let me see. Can I run this? It returns me an array that contains the information, right? So similarly, I will be getting an array over there containing everything, probably. So meeting history is gonna be here. I'm even passing the meeting history, so sort of it should be working. Let's see. Come back here. It doesn't work. That simply means we are definitely getting this. As we are getting this, that simply means this pipeline is working. I'd better use this aggregation. So next time onwards, whichever project I'm gonna be working on, if I'm using MongoDB, so I'm gonna be using this aggregate history, because if you don't use something, you will forget that, and then forgetting means that thing is gone. B for the bottom. Okay, I think I need to await this as well. I'm not awaiting it. I am awaiting it. Aggregate. I am finding them. Once I found them, it should be returned. Crazy thing, but it doesn't seem to be working. I'd better take the help of my notes directly. I learned it like a while ago, and then I have never used it since then. MongoDB. Code plus example. Database and collection kit, blah 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 blah. Aggregation. Here we are. DB products aggregate $match $name. So it should be breaking sort of. So we are doing exactly the same thing. aggregate so this we can have many things over here, but at the end of the day we are just simply matching, so dollar match and the matching stuff. So yeah, that should be working. What is the problem here? Can't I stop it today? Well, I got stuck. Not I got stuck, my VS Code got stuck. Close it, yeah. For some reason I don't know what happened, but probably it got a lot of weight on itself. Loading stuff. ls turbo dim. Let me go to the home page. Let me reload the page. Of course, reloading needs to be done starting. How long will it take? Ready. Jump show task H list. That's fine. Compiling the dashboard. हो जा भाई. How long will you take, man? Yeah, we are not getting any. Okay, we are getting. What is the problem here? We are not converting it to the array format probably. अरे भाई, such a big U stands for up. Here we are. History aggregation cursor. We are getting aggregation cursor. How are we supposed to be getting the result? So probably the result that I'm actually getting from here, I have to convert it to the array format, and then we should be getting the result over here. I'm not getting, I haven't got the result. B reload the page. Okay, we are getting the result over here. That's fine, it worked. So we used aggregation pipeline. Well, this is just the beginning. I'd better just use it as much as I can, or probably just yeah, it's better to just simply use the aggregation pipeline as much as possible to be better at this. Or we'll be just having a quick marathon where we are gonna be going through all the aggregation pipeline rules that I have over here. So that's gonna be also a good way. Like within 1 hour we can get everything done. So all the examples that I have, I'm just simply gonna be going through them really quick, and this way we will have at least again a better idea how it's used and all. But the most important part is using it in real life, then only it's gonna be there in mind for a longer time. But overall things are clear. We use match for matching the things, and then inside that we can use some of the operators over here. Apart from this particular thing, we can use group. What is this? What is the use of this group? Well, thanks to my notes, I have the things quite structured manner. So we are matching them. Once the things are matched, then we can even group them. Grouping them in the sense you can group them based on the company. So ultimately here I'm grouping them based on the ID, and ID is mainly for, this is not the ID of the MongoDB, rather this is the ID. It is just simply showing that based on this particular ID you are just simply grouping them. So company, same company, and dollar company. So ultimately based on the company's name it is going to be grouped, and the ID is gonna be same company over there. And once I have grouped them based on the companies, I'm gonna be just simply calculating their prices. So dollar sum, dollar price. अरे भाई ये तो बैंड बज गई. Seriously, I was so good at this. I'd better just simply go through it tomorrow. Let's have a marathon, 1 hour challenge or 2 hours challenge. Doesn't matter how long it takes. But we are gonna be going through this thing again, and next time onwards I have to make sure I'm using aggregation pipelines as much as possible. But over here, overall, what is happening, that dollar group, this is the ID for filtering them, and then or grouping them. The name can actually be anything over here, it doesn't really matter. And then based on the company I'm just simply grouping them. Once they are grouped, so I have lots of companies, they are grouped, and then I'm calculating the total price. So dollar sum is gonna be dollar price. So all the companies prices that I have, they are gonna be here. That's fine, got it. And similarly over here I'm grouping them based on the quantity. The name can actually be anything. Once they are grouped, I'm getting their prices, and I'm just simply getting the average price over here. Makes sense. Similarly dollar match, dollar group, I'm grouping them based on the category. So there are both the ways. The first way is that you group it like this in the sense like this category, and then dollar category over here, just like this. So this is the first way to group them, and the second way is that you just simply add the give the that particular field here on the basis of which you want to just simply group them, and then calculating the total price. Sort, you can even sort the values, so this is how you can just simply sort them, and group sort price, that's okay, fine. Project is mainly used for projecting some of the values, so if you want to uh, make sure that few specific fields are gonna be there in the result, so at that time you can just simply project them, and in the project, if I'm not wrong, you can even add the values, so some extra fields you can add. So original price was this, and then you just simply discounted price, you just simply calculated the values and all. So in while projecting, you can add some more stuff from your own side, so this is also one of the things. Again, we can add the sort over here, so you can just simply add this as well. Such a good thing. This is the benefit of creating the nodes. You understand the things really fast. By the way, when it comes to dollar push and dollar unwind, they are mainly used for arrays, and well, there are a few things. This is not the best time, but definitely we are gonna be going through it tomorrow. So this particular thing is done, and once this thing is done, we had better work on the UI part a little bit. Mainly, I have to work on this particular section and this whole height in the sense. Let me go to the. Let's work on the UI part a little bit, not a lot. Just fix it so that it doesn't give me that scrolling issue and all. So app page.tsx, this is the main page that I have, and this is where we don't have any problem. Inside the meeting we have the problem, probably in the dashboard we have, yeah, in the dashboard. So main dashboard page.tsx, here we have this, and inside this we have join meeting, and we have this, so we have this join meeting, and we have this, and we have even the nav bar. What do we have to do? In the layout we have the nav bar, so nav bar is in the layout, and then I have the remaining children. So the nav bar should be at the top. So if I actually have a look, is this absolute or not? The nav bar is not quite absolute, that is the main problem. So in that case, let me make it up, so, or probably fixed. So this is fixed right now, and that's what I wanted actually. So now, well, I don't have lots of meetings, so let me create a few meetings more, so that at least I have some history over here. This is done, this is done, I'm gonna be having a few more, this is done. So now I have the history, and this still remains there. I'm gonna be having one more, end the meeting. So I have it like this, that's great. And what is the next thing? I have to make sure that this is only this part is scrollable, not the whole part. So in that case, this recent meeting, let me go to this one. Recent meetings, this is the top level. I need to have it inside a div first of all. Sorry, bad. I need to have this part inside a div, just like this, and this is how it's gonna be going on. Let me make it class name flex, gap is gonna be 3, flex column. So this is how it's gonna be going on. And the another thing is that it should have a fixed height. So height is gonna be how much? Let me do one thing. Recent meetings I have, and this I have. Why it doesn't go at the top? Let me come to, I have this join meetings, and minimum height screen, that's okay. Does it have padding top and all? MXR2, that's fine. I have the dashboard. Dashboard comes, well, dashboard is here at the top, and that is not visible at all. So in that case, it has the 100% width, that's right, but this is not visible at the end of the day. So what I'm actually gonna be doing, that it already had max. Let me give it padding top, that's gonna be sort of 10 or something, probably 15. So this is how it's visible. The another thing is that the extra height that it is taking. So in that case, height 100%, height full, and once it has the height full, then mm, how can I fix this? I want to make it the thing is that if I don't if I give it hard coded height, then that's not gonna be the best thing. I can make it scrollable, but I will have to give it a fixed height. And if I give it a fixed height using hard coded manner, then in smaller screens and all, this will not look good. So somehow I have to, let me do one thing. This join meeting and all these things we have here, I'm gonna be wrapping it inside a div first of all, so that at least the whatever design I can just directly apply some design over here instead of going to those components. And height, it will be around 20% or something. It will be class name height 20% as well. I'm gonna be making it fixed better, but wait, and its height is gonna be around 60%, just like this. Let's see. So let me give them color so that it's BG green 300, just like this, then BG blue 300, and BG red 300. So this is how they look like. Great. The green one is not visible at all, even if it has 20. So in that case, whatever I have inside this, I'm gonna be making it flex, and flex column, come on, and item justify end, still not visible. Great. 50. Okay, let's do one thing. Let me remove the height from here, and probably from here as well. Even if I give it the height, it doesn't hide 50%. What is the problem here? The H1 that I have, height full, then if it has the height full, height this much, BG green or red, anything. Come on. Padding top 15. Now it is visible, otherwise it is not. So how about height 50? I'm just simply giving it the padding, and on the basis of the padding it is visible. In that case, let me make it the part of the join meeting, and I will have a, yeah, let me do it like this. It's gonna be the part of this div here, and as this is the part of this join meeting itself will have height around 40% or something, and let's see how it's gonna be looking like. And as for this padding that I'm giving to this here, I'm gonna be removing it, so this is gonna be sort of like this, and this one will have fixed height of probably 50% again, and it has 40, then it can have 60, just like this. And overflow auto, I don't need to have it here, probably here. So height is gonna be full, overflow, that's gonna be auto, overflow y is gonna be auto. It doesn't seem to be working at all. Why? mm, this recent meeting that I have here, I will have to give it fixed height anyway. This is the only option, otherwise things are gonna be so scattered. There's only one problem. If I give it the fixed height, then it's not gonna be, it'll look good on my device, but it may not look good on other devices. So that's the main problem, and this thing does not seem to be working, or probably it is working, and this is the div that I have. This has 100% height. The problem is here, minimum height. Let me make it height screen. 100% is gonna be full. So this is the main height of this, and yeah, now it looks great. That's what I wanted. So this minimum was the problem. Minimum in the sense, minimum height was the screen, and then it can go even maximum as well. It was going even maximum, then that was the issue. Height full, that is okay. And let me remove this padding stuff from here. So I am not giving it any padding. In that case, I could have, where is green? The green is still here in the dashboard section, so it has the padding. Does it have it, or it has the height? Okay, that's a problematic thing. So this is how things are gonna be going ahead. This is the overall thing, and even to be precise, what I'm gonna be doing, let me keep it separate. This time it's gonna be working. That minimum height was the issue, that is why the styles were not working as expected. But right now what I'm gonna be doing, this dashboard that I have over here, it's gonna be the same. It will have the height will be around 20% or something, and flex column justify end. So this is gonna be visible like this, and that's what I wanted. As for the height, let me make it 10, so it is gonna be looking like this. That's great. And then I will have this meeting part, and for this meeting part, let me keep the height around 20%, height around 10% or something. Let's see how it's gonna be looking like. So this will be looking sort of like this, and that's not actually bad. And let me remove these colors so that I can have a better idea. So hide this much. In the remaining time, in the remaining case, I'm gonna be giving it the remaining height. So 20 height, 10 10 80%, just like this. So it will have the height like this. I will be fixing a few things here. First of all, let me remove the color BG green. So this time it is actually what it is in the percentage, so it will be changing its height based on the screen. That's what I wanted. So this is how it looks like, and I will be making it overflow. But before even that, this height is sort of too much, so let me make it 5%. So this is how it's gonna be looking like. Great. And let's talk about this thing. It has the height this much. Once it has that much height, then I'm gonna make sure that its parent has the height full, just like this. Once the parent has the height full, I will have these things over here, and cut. I'd rather better just height full. This is the problematic thing. So what am I gonna be doing? This should have height 10% or something of the whole height, whatever is passed to this. So height 10%. Let's see how it's gonna be looking like. And this is gonna be having the remaining 90%. It has 10% like this, okay. And probably it needs just 5%, sort of like right. Let me make it 95. And now I have to make it overflow. How will I be doing that? Flex column, overflow. If I make it hidden, then this is how it's gonna be going on. Little problematic thing, that is the padding that I have given to this, that is causing the issue. Somewhere I'm definitely giving some padding as well. Probably padding is here at the end. Padding to what? there is some extra padding somewhere. I'm giving it space y4. At least this is resolved a little bit, the space that they were having in between, and the gap that I'm giving 3 over here, that doesn't resolve this anymore. So let me keep the gaps. What else can I do? The padding they have, if something has the padding inside this, inside the overflow, that should not be problematic thing. So that is not the problematic thing. Then height this space y10. Yeah, now the question comes, how will you be giving them the padding? So space adds the extra space. Got it. If that is the thing, then the whole thing will be made as flex column. There is no fixed width, that is the problem. So width is gonna be around 50% of all. Width is gonna be 50%. So this is how it's gonna be going on. The another thing is that giving them the space, so gap y, that's gonna be around 4 or something. It does not work. Why? Because it is not max width. It has the max width of this much, and the width that I gave it to this 50%. So this max doesn't apply. Let's get rid of this. And apart from this particular thing, let me make it flex and a flex column again. So this is how it's gonna be going on, and this is sort of working. Now what is the next thing? Giving this a little bit of padding, probably making it flex and flex column, and gap y is gonna be around 3. That's what I wanted. Now the question is, if I give it the color, let's see how much it is. BG red 300, just this much. What about this extra space that I have here? BG blue 300, so it has only this much. So where is this extra space coming from? Definitely not from here. I can even just directly check this thing, inspect it. Oh, padding 6. What is this? This is the top level div that I have here. Top level div layout. The top level div main page.tsx. Not this here. That should be inside main only. The inside layout I don't have anything. So inside page only I would have. So the padding 6 is where this is where it is. So let's keep it px to 6 instead of keeping py. So this is how it's gonna be looking like. That's good. The last thing that I have to do, few last things. First of all, this is a little at the top. So the dashboard that I have, let me make it 11% or something. So this is how it's gonna be going to be here, 12%. That's sort of good. And 12%, this should be 5, but the padding flex padding, while let me make it 5 around, so that they have more, or probably 7. Yeah, that's fine. and in that case I'm gonna be making it 15, playing with the percentage today, probably 18. Let's make it 20 directly, forget about everything. It doesn't have much difference here. Even if I make it 50, it won't have. Why it is so? Okay, recent meetings, got it. But this dashboard doesn't seem to have any effect. So even if I'm giving, okay, because these have this same width, so in that case if I'm making it 20, I'm gonna be making it 5, and I'm gonna be making it 75. So not 45, just 75. How about this? Now it makes sense. By the way, there should not be 20, there should rather be 18 or something. Probably 15 was more than enough, just I have to manage these things. So 15, 15, 80, so let me make it 80. Not that bad, but still bad. Let me make it 17, and let me decrease, make it 78. That's fine, okay with this. And the last thing that I have to focus on this particular meeting section, so let me go to this meeting, recent meeting, remove the colors from here. Done. Remove this BG. Done. And let's see how it looks like. Okay, reload the page. Well, that's not bad either. Okay, and the last thing is that I have to make it scrollable. So overflow is hidden already, so let me overflow y auto. So this is how it looks like. The next thing is that I have to remove this thing, auto thing. So I think I already have it here. If I actually go to the global.css, no scrollable is the class, scrollable width none. I have to just simply set the width to null. But as I already have it here, so I'm gonna be using this class, so no scroll bar, right? So if I go to this page.tsx recent meetings, in this particular section, probably here, no scroll bar, and that is it. Here we are. This is scrollable. Once this is scrollable, that's what I wanted. And probably it needs to have some padding, padding bottom 3 around, so that this is how it simply looks like. Probably I can keep it 5. Alrighty, so this way I can just simply scroll the meetings. The current ones are gonna be at the top. And where is the last meeting? Last, I changed that. VIP. Last meeting is here, that's fine. Alrighty everybody, so come on, that's why I just don't work on the UI. It does not mean that it cannot be built. Even it can be better than this, but this takes time. Okay, we have gone through this much. These things are still working fine. Dashboard looks like this. If I go to the profile, this sort of looks like this. Can change these things. I need to have a cancel button over here. How long has it been anyway? 59 minutes. We are supposed to be working on this for half an hour more. Cannot. Well, that's a problem here. The problem is that this, it needs to have some padding at the top. So the profile needs to have some padding here now. So the profile that we have to even work on the authentication. So we will try to use BetterAuth as much as we can. So whatever I will find on BetterAuth, I will implement everything. So this is gonna be learning for better. Like I already know BetterAuth, but there are so many features that BetterAuth provides. So I'm gonna be implementing all of them for the last time, so that I know that I can implement them. Or probably we are gonna be learning together. But for now, main and dashboard profile, page.tsx over here. This one that I have here, it needs to have well, padding. This is okay. Padding top is gonna be around 15 or something. That is good, not bad. The next thing is that I need to have a this button, cancel button over here, because if I click on the password update, okay, that's gone, and now I don't have any cancel button to just simply cancel. So that becomes problematic, right? In that case, I have to just simply reload the page and then it can be cancelled. So whenever I click on update password, if I even update that, that's great. By the way, uh, update password, I can directly enter the values over here. As soon as I click on update password, I should be getting a cancel button over here. As simple as that. Let me work on that. By profile change password, this is the one. So here kahan gaya button, this is the button I have, right? What I want, that I should have one more button here. Oh, too much. Meeting hosted, meeting joined, meeting time. Well, yeah, we can just simply change this as well. चलो करते हैं भाई, just for half an hour more energy. Let me have some water. I think that's drinkable. That is drinkable. A cancel button is needed. So probably here, first of all, the thing is that the mistake that I made here, I combined two UI libraries. First of all, DayGUI, second one ShadCN. So right now, if you actually have a look over here, the black color that you are getting, that is coming from ShadCN. The blue color that you are getting, that is coming from DayGUI, if I'm not wrong. So ultimately, two things are just combined here, and you should just simply go with one. But okay, this is not even bad. So let me do one thing really quick. Control C, Control V. I'm gonna be wrapping both, so wrap them inside a div, just like this. They are wrapped. Let's see, they look like this. Class name m left r2, so they are gonna be on that side. The second thing is that gap, so space x, that's gonna be around 5, so that there is some gap. The second thing is that the second one is actually gonna be the cancel, just like this. I will be even rendering this conditionally, so I need to have a, what is this, revoke other session. Let me get rid of this. I need to have a state over here, const is updating, set is updating use state. By default it will be false. Updating, in that case I'm gonna be making it hidden. If not updating, in that case it should be hidden. If updating, it should be visible. The question is that what should happen? This type, let me remove it from here. So whenever I click on this particular button, type is gonna be just a normal button. So okay, type is gonna be normal button. This is a submit button, this is a normal button. Whenever I click on this, something should happen. I have to reset the form, that's it, nothing else. On click, handle cancel password update, copy it, whenever I click on this, I'm gonna be doing what? Just simply reset the form, nothing else. Where am I getting this particular reset from? I'm getting it from use form. Where is this use from coming? This is coming from React forms. I hope so. React forms. Okay, this is just a library that manages the state for you and gives you the values from the form. You don't have to manage the states and all. It just does the job. Alrighty, we have gone through this much. Is updating set, where do we need to use this? So whenever I click on update password, no, yes, array, no, there is a problem. What is the problem? The problem is that if I click on this, input invalid, input invalid, input invalid, input. So I need to even have the cancel button over here. So whenever I click on this, by the way, if the values are there, it should be possible. Yeah, reset. Instead of making it cancel, reset. This should be reset, and type can actually be reset in that case. So I can even remove the whole thing. The form that I actually have, if I make it actually a reset type, it should be resetting everything automatically. That simply means I can even remove this. Hopefully it will be working, but let's see if it doesn't works or not. So this is how I'm gonna be having it. If I click on reset, अरे हो जा भाई reset, not resetting. Type reset, I think it should be working. Type reset, I have it. This is definitely a form. Yeah, it is a form. So why it is not being reset? By form, okay, I'm using probably because of this, I'm using use form over here. Because of this thing, it is not able to reset the form. Yeah, so in that case, let me go few steps back. So this is actually gonna be a reset handle reset password form. This one I'm gonna be using. Do I need to add this? Not really. This button should always be visible, so let me remove this as well, not problem. And this, I'm gonna be resetting it. Where is hidden? I don't need to hide this. That's fine. So if I click on update, there are no values. I can click on reset and it will be reset. That's what I wanted, right? Didn't I? So this is done. Delete the account. This is the functionality of BetterAuth. We will be working on this tomorrow. So whatever we have related to BetterAuth, we are gonna be getting all those things done tomorrow. As for right now, it seems to be like really a small project, but I worked on this so much. The main part is this new meeting. This part took a lot of time, literally a lot of time. A new meeting got created in it. Never mind. The next thing is that this particular part, meeting hosted, meeting hosted, meeting joined, and meeting time. Meeting time is fine. I can calculate the whole timing. I'm gonna be using aggregation over here. Meeting joined and meeting hosted. What I have here, let me be back to this one. I have this. Let's have only one, like meeting joined and meeting timing. Hosted, then I need to have the host name, is host or something. But right now let's keep it simple. Keeping it simple in the sense, what am I gonna be doing here? How many meeting hosted? How many meetings I joined? So we can have this functionality, this thing as well here. Like whenever I'm saving the value in the database of the meeting. So whenever this happens, page.tsx, inside meeting, page.tsx. Whenever I'm handling this, come on here, where is that? Use effect data, I close meeting. This is where we are just simply saving the meeting history. When we are actually saving the meeting history, at that time I have to check whether I am the host, or not, is host. Yeah, that would be better. So I will have one more thing, and that's gonna be is host of the meeting, and that will be equivalent to current participant. Do I have the value of the current participant here? Current. Turns out I don't have the value of the current participant over here. Great. So current participant, not the current participant, bro. That should be the user that I actually get from the data. So once I have the data.user is gonna be equals to, no, not really, not this one. So how will I know I'm the creator of the meeting? When I actually join the meeting. So instead of saving the history over here, I should actually save the history when the meeting actually gets created. That's sort of right. Ooh. We can definitely work on this, but it's gonna be just time consuming. So what is actually happening over here? Whenever we enter the meeting, we have a lot of things to manage. Literally a lot. Let's focus on the to-dos because right now things are many. Add history, done. When the user sends a request, to join the meeting, when the user sends a request to join the meeting, show a page that, okay, got it, this is the combination of it. So when the user sends a request to join the meeting, show a page that shows that after host has allowed, you'll be okay. Add meeting timer, yet to add as many features of beta as possible, probably tomorrow. On the deployment part, yeah, these are the things that are yet to be done. Okay. Whew. One more thing, one more to do that is there. What? Show page. Array, what I was working on? I forgot. Add is host to the meeting info can be true or false. This is something we have to figure out. We have to rewrite the logic for it because as for the logic that we have right now, it cannot really be possible. So we will definitely have to just rewrite the logic, override the logic for this particular functionality. But as we have this particular option here, meeting hosted and meeting joined. So if you hosted the meeting, it should be here. If you join the meeting, it should be here. Meeting time, okay, we can just simply use a MongoDB aggregation pipeline, and that can be just simply calculated easily going through all of them. So not really a big problem, and this is how it should be going on. And all these things are gonna be done tomorrow. So tomorrow finally we will even work on this beta ROS part. We will work on these parts, and this way tomorrow or the day after tomorrow the whole project will be done. Then we will work on the deployment part. We will be deploying it and all, and let's see how it's gonna be going on. So overall, log out. This is how things are gonna be going on. And how can I go to the home page? Sign up. Is there no way? There should be a page for going back to the home page, but never mind, let me go to the home page. And this is how the overall things look like. Okay, so let's simply call it here, and I'm gonna be going live again. How long? It's 9:12 right now. Now I have to discuss about there are some to-dos that I have to, there are a few things that I have to discuss. I'm gonna be taking a break, just short break, 10 minutes or something, and then I'm gonna be back, and then we will discuss about these things. This thing is already done, so let me show meeting time. Done. I removed blah blah blah. This was the planning part. Remove this. I will have forgotten that. So it's time to just simply go through everything one more time. So whatever I have learned so far, we will be just simply going through them. And let's see. By the way, we will be applying everything, but yeah, quick go through needs to be done. So web dev, whatever I have learned, plus DevOps that I have learned, a quick go through everything, and if we need to just simply dig deeper into something, we are gonna be digging deeper into that. So this quick through is needed. And what is the next thing? I have just learned about Rust a little bit, so we are gonna be talking about it. So Rust talk, this is just gonna be happening right now. I don't have all the knowledge, but at least the basic knowledge of the Rust I have got, so we are gonna be talking about that. Why I needed to learn Rust? The simple reason is that there's a project and Rust is being used by the instructor, and he's using both actually, TypeScript and JavaScript and Rust, but I'm getting the chance of learning that, so I just thought of having a quick go through this. So it's like I got the basic info of the Rust, so I'm gonna be talking about it just after 10 minutes or something. And then after that we have to talk about AWS. There's nothing that I can talk about in AWS. Let's why to even end this meeting. When it comes to AWS over here, a few things that I wanted to discuss, but overall things are fine. Let me see if there's anything. First of all, if you are new, so there is something called CloudWatch. So this CloudWatch is mainly used for monitoring your usage, exactly how much you have used and all. But I don't think I will be getting that option over here, mainly because this is IAM account, not the root account. So that's right. By this one I created, you can even create that here. So if I actually click on alarms, I'm not gonna be getting an option for create alarm over here because I'm not the root user. So when I have my root user account, at that time I'm just simply gonna be discussing about all these things. So this is one of the things that you should know. Like you should know how to create a CloudWatch. This is nothing but the service that tells you how much you have used, how much resources you have used, and how much you have been charged for that. So this is something that you should know about, and that's actually a lot. In future I'm gonna be learning more things about AWS, so gonna be discussing about those things. And apart from this particular thing, and that is there is something called IAM. If you actually go to IAM right here, if you just simply click on this, so from here the first thing is this, that I have added unstoppable the coder. This is the alias in the sense alias for your ID. So if you go to this particular URL, so by default in the place of unstoppable the coder, your account ID remains. And if you once you have added account alias, so that particular ID, your account ID, gets replaced by this particular alias that you have added. This should be unique. So this is the first thing. So instead of writing HTTPS, then your account ID, you can write HTTPS :/ unstoppable the coder, ultimately your alias, and this will be the alias for joining the meeting. So this is the first thing, not the meeting, for coming to the console. And apart from this particular thing, you can definitely add MFA. I'm not that is not needed right now. You can create users over here. I have created one, unstoppable the coder, and this is gonna be the IAM user, and you can log in. You can just give some permissions to this, exactly what all this particular user can do. So there is a root user that can actually do anything, and then you can create many other users which have some specific roles, some specific permissions that they can perform. They cannot do everything as the root user. So this is how you can just simply get many users as well. When it comes to roles, not gonna be talking about it, but it's like if you are working with AWS, so sometimes it is possible that you will have to create some specific roles created by you to just simply allow the user to perform some kinds of actions. Gonna be talking about it later in the future. For now I created one role, cluster policy. I think cluster, the role created by me, is there any? I don't think I have here, but okay, never mind. I think that was a policy that I created. Yeah, that was a policy that I created. So you can have created the roles as well, and the roles are, if you are working with EKS, Elastic Kubernetes Service, a few roles automatically get created for that particular service. This is one of the cluster policy. What is the name of it? This is one of the policies, cluster autoscaler policy. This is mainly for the auto scaling your pods and all, and for that thing I created this particular policy with the help of ChatGPT, of course. And what else? I just wanted to quickly go through some of the things on AWS that you may be aware of, you should be aware of. And apart from this particular thing, certificates, easy to create. You can just simply create the certificates on AWS as well. And those certificates should be from in Virginia, because the main center of AWS is in United States. So that particular state should be there. If you select Mumbai, you will not be, that particular certificate will not be applied. That simply means that should definitely be from in Virginia, mainly because there is no center of AWS in, there are centers, data centers and all, but the main center is in US. So because of that thing, whenever you are creating the certificate, you should be selecting in Virginia. You can know more about it, by the way, by googling and all, and by requesting you can request one more certificate. And what is the next thing? I'm just simply re-going through everything that I did yesterday. If you go to billing and cost management, and from here you can just simply know more things about your account. Like if you click on this bills, let me just do that. If you click on this bills, so it's taking more than time than it should be taking. By the way, I'm not gonna be authorized. Yeah, I am right now. I'm in my I am user, and because of that thing, that user is not authorized to just simply see the billing things and all. So that is why I'm not getting anything. You can click on credits and you will be seeing all the credits that you have. I think even this is not possible or what? Yeah. Okay. Array yaar. Let me go to the home page. Few things are not possible over here. If you are IAM user, if you are the root user, you can do anything. If you are the IAM user, until unless the root user actually authorizes you for doing that particular action, you cannot do that. So that was it. And now I'm gonna be back after. I don't even think I should be going back, but let me just take a quick break. After that, once I'm back, I'm gonna be talking about this Rust thing. And once we have talked about Rust, then we need to go through this particular part really quickly. Let's see. So these are the things. Time to probably make a project, make a full stack project, and apply Kubernetes sections over there. So we will be going through that. First of all, let's talk about this Rust section. So gonna be back after 10 minutes or something. Until then, take care, bye bye, and see you. We'll be talking about the Rust over there.